appropriate clinical use of blood. This is the appropriate clinical use of blood that is provided for all that licensed with the Lagos State Blood Transfusion Service. So if you have a blood bank, or for example, you would like to collect blood from us, we usually ensure that you have this particular documentation. So Marcia Ruth is requesting for it to ensure that a copy is sent to your facility. So this is where our policy on Hospital Blood Transfusion Committee is documented. SOPs are available, and SOPs will be sent to all facilities as that's required. When we had trainings in the past, these SOPs were recording in progress. When we had trainings in the past, these SOPs were given to hospitals that were trained. The private facilities are going to be trained in 3 weeks, and they would also have a copy of the SOPs. The Blood Transfusion Service plans to have it printed in a singular document. That singular document will be given by the during the World Blood Donors Day. However, printouts of these SOPs will be provided to all hospitals. All presentations will be sent to your WhatsApp numbers or through your medical directors. So the contacts where the links were sent, and for hospitals where the soft copies of the invites were given, we will send you the presentations. We do apologize for the glitch in network. And right now, you need to see the table. We have all sorts of devices to ensure that we do not get logged out from the Zoom meeting. But before I go, I would like to mention the key performance indicators that is expected from each hospital once again. The first one is that we should have regular meetings. The regular meetings might be physical. I'm trying to reiterate what the coordinator has said, that is Dr. Adeyemi. The first is to have regular meetings. The regular meetings may be physical or it may be virtual. So once you have these meetings, we expect that you give us quarterly reports. We understand that we are all very, very busy. Though it is regular meetings with possible quarterly reports being sent, we expect that the Blood Transfusion Committee will find a way to have a monthly review of the blood collection and the blood usage data. It will help us to formulate policies on what is needed. For example, a policy was formed where we thought about the use of pediatric bags. We had meetings about it. And then at the end of the day, we found out that really, do we really need those pediatric bags, or is it needed and patients and the healthcare providers are not requesting for it? So number two, we expect that all data is submitted by the first 5 days of the month. It helps us to collate all our data together for us to send to appropriate quarters. So the Lagos State Blood Transfusion Service sent the data you generate to the National Blood Service Commission. So we need it to come into the service within the first 5 days so that we can collate it and send it to appropriate quarters. Thirdly, we ask that and we encourage that biannual voluntary blood donation drives are done in each facility. Charity begins at home. Let's encourage staff to donate blood. There are lots of advantages in blood donation. It benefits both the donor and the recipients of the blood. I have some other questions here that I would like to talk about. Someone says, who pays for the investigations? There are some investigations that the hospital will have to take up. For example, grouping and cross-matching of the units of blood. It is important that the hospital takes it up. A policy was formed within the Blood Transfusion Service, and we said that if you can submit a full documentation showing truly that there is a blood transfusion reaction, the Blood Transfusion Service is able to pay for that investigation. That is when there is a possible adverse reaction in blood transfusion. Somebody said here that going forward, we should provide a YouTube link for attendees. So we will provide a YouTube link for attendees, which will also be sent through the medical directors or through the details you have provided on the chat box. Another question is coming here as a personal message again with respect to availability of SOPs. I've said it earlier, all SOPs will be sent as soft copies, and by the World Blood Donors, they would have been able to collate all SOPs as a singular document and printed for everybody. Thank you very much. If there are other questions, we look out to, I'm still looking through the chat box. If there are other things you would like to mention, I would like to appreciate everyone for being a part of this particular meeting. I appreciate it. We are also available to join you for your meetings. As the ES, Dr. Adeyemi, the representatives of the sciences, that is Director of Medical Laboratory Sciences, Head of Pathologists, we've encouraged each other that once you have your hospital blood transfusion committees and you want us to be a part of it, kindly invite us. We'll gladly be a part of it. And we'll also support your activities in the hospital, especially when it comes to your biannual voluntary blood donation drives. Write to us. We have supported a lot of hospitals in their biannual voluntary donation drives. We will continue to support to ensure that there is availability of blood to all that require it. Yes, I'm seeing the personal message here that is a person saying that I do not understand what the massive transfusion protocol entails. So in this forthcoming training, we'll be having a 4-day training on the massive blood transfusion protocol. I will continue to have webinars on some of the things we've talked about. We encourage the chairman of blood transfusion committees that once it is time for your CMEs, the gaps that is most prevalent, kindly call us to come and support in that training, or the head of the blood transfusion committee or the hematologist in that facility can take up that particular topics. So the thing about blood transfusion committee is about training, retraining, assessing, auditing, and making recommendations for policy formation. So once there is that gap, we'll continue to train. We have plans for regular webinars. We have plans to send in policies and protocols with respect to what you do not understand. And we have plans to put you through this process so that everybody positively benefits. Thank you very much.
Who is closing us up? I think the ES is also closing up.
All in all, we once again thank everybody. The meeting is over, and we'll send you the documentations that you require. Thank you very much and have a great day. Mm-hmm.